Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today in this video I'm going to be filming a story time video, and I was really thinking a while ago, pretty sure in my first story time video I did, I was wearing this same shirt. So let's be real, maybe that should be a thing. Maybe I should wear this shirt in every story time video. I mean, come on. Wow, look at this hair. I just got back from a wedding. It was a wedding. We just got back from an outdoor wedding. And it's humid out, so you can bet your boots that my hair looks like this afterwards. Okay, anyways. So, if you guys have been following along with my channel for a while, if you have not, then that's fine. But if you have, then back, I think it was last year, I posted a haul video. I'll see if I can find the video and link it below. I don't even remember what video it was. But I posted a haul video. And I mentioned in the video that something bad happened to me. I can't remember if I told you guys what it was or not. I don't know. I was weird back then. I'm just kidding. That was like a year ago. But, it was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, maybe? I don't know. Somewhere around there, an old video, I said something bad happened to me. And I would eventually one day make a video talking about it. Here's that video. A story time for you to talk about something bad that happened to me. So today we're going to talk about the day my whole life basically got stolen from me. So for the longest time I was like, I did not want to make this video because it's just not something I want to talk about. But it's been like 2 years since it happened. It happened in 2014, I believe, when I first started my YouTube channel. What's funny is actually the day this happened to me, I filmed my nail polish collection. So if you've seen my nail polish collection, that right after I filmed that and I went out that night, that's when this bad thing happened to me. So I believe it was 2014 in like October, I believe. Right around the time I started my YouTube channel, this happened. So if you didn't know, I used to work at Taco Bell, which I'm going to do a video all about my experience and my thoughts from working at Taco Bell. But at the time I did work at Taco Bell, and I'm just going to tell you this so you can keep this in mind. And so I did have a credit card, and it wasn't like a debit card or whatever. It was like a work card. Like they gave us a card, and that's how they paid you. All your money went on that card. So I did have like a credit card at this time. So how old was I? I was 17, I think. Yeah, I think I was 17 at the time. And me and my boyfriend, which I've been with the same boyfriend for years, so Kelly, if you watch my boyfriend tag, it's Kelly, my boyfriend. We were going out this night. We were going to go out to the movies and out to eat or something like that. And we were going to go see the Ouija, I think it's what it's called, the Ouija movie. Of like that really creepy movie that came out with like the Ouija board and stuff. That's the movie we were going to go see. And we were going to drive about like 45 minutes from where we lived to go see the movie. And now, I want you to keep this in mind because the story, you have to know some things to really get why this story sucks. So, the town we were going to see this movie is like filled with crime. Like, you're hearing bad stuff about that city on the news, like every day. There's like shootings and robberies and all kinds of bad murders and just really bad stuff that happens in this city that we were going to. All my life, I haven't really lived like in a town with like civilization. Like we had to drive like 45 minutes to get to a Walmart, 45 minutes to get to like a nice restaurant, so we always went to this town full of crime, for like civilization and like to go to Target and go to Walmart and like do different things. And we had really no other choice. Like there was no other towns that was like close to us, so we had to go there if we wanted to actually do something besides go to a gas station. Like that's all we had in my town, so we had to go there to be able to do fun stuff. So, it's filled with crime. To this day, it's gotten worse, but back then it was still pretty bad. We knew about the crime, nothing bad ever really happened to us. There is a story, I can do a story time on this too, about a shooting that happened my prom night, because my prom was in that town, in the bad part of that town, and we walked by a scene of a shooting, which I can do a whole video on that too. That is a whole other video that is like, whoa, scary. So I will do a story time on that as well. But anyways, so everything bad happens in this town, what are you gonna do? You gotta live your life. Like, you can't always be like, oh my god, someone's gonna kill me. Like, I can't go there. So we were gonna go to the movie theater and watch that Ouija creepy movie. Never watched it again. At this theater, probably the biggest theater in that town. And my boyfriend was driving us. So we were going kind of to like a late movie. Like, I think it started at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. And so we went to the movies, and, you know, we're just in there watching the movie. I left my things in the car. Besides my phone, I brought my phone in, and we were just watching the movie. And I had this thing set up on my phone where I would get text messages from like my card people, like my bank people, like telling me that I spent money and how much I spent and how much I had left on my card after I spent the money, just to keep track of my finances without always having to get online and stuff. So I had that set up for my own personal self, obviously. And so we're sitting in the movie theater. You keep in mind, I was like 17, and nothing really bad, like crime-wise, has ever really happened to me. I mean, one time somebody stole all of our stuff from our like storage shed on my birthday when I was like 12, but it was like my parents' stuff, you know. I mean, it wasn't really anything of mine. I was really little, but anyways. So keep in mind, nothing bad has ever really happened to me, like no crime or like you know. And if you live in a really small town like me, then you're not really used to the crime. Like, you're not thinking about it all the time and like thinking, okay, something bad is gonna happen to me, I gotta be cautious and that kind of thing. So anyways, so I had that banking stuff, and we were sitting in the movies, and I got a message to my phone saying like $80 or something was spent on my card. And this was like right when the movie was over. I got this message. Like, we were so scared from the movie. Like, we were literally terrified because the movie was freaking scary. I don't really like scary movies. But anyways, I was already terrified because the movie, like, after I watch scary movies, I'm like scared for the night. Like, that's just how I am. My hair. So we're walking out of the movie theater, leaving, and I get this text message saying I spent $80, which my card wasn't with me. Like, I was in the movies, I wasn't spending money. My card was out in the car, in my purse. So I'm sitting there thinking, you know, 17-year-old me who's not very smart. I'm thinking, like, what? Like, what the heck? Like, I didn't spend that $80. Like, I don't understand. And then I remembered that my card was in my purse in the car. So I instantly turned to my boyfriend and I was like, you didn't lock the car door, did you? And he was like, no, you know, I didn't. And so we ran out to the car and the car was broken into. So people probably think, okay, you know, break-ins happen all the time. It's not that big of a deal. Get over yourself. Like I said, where I'm from, I lived in a town with a population of 700 people. Nothing like this ever happens where I used to live. Like, my hometown where I grew up, nothing happens like this. Like, the only way you hear about it is from like the nearby towns. And I was 17 and not smart, and my boyfriend was 17 and not smart, and we didn't lock the door because we were stupid. So if you want to comment below and be like, that's your own dang fault, it's true. You can comment it because it's true. It was our fault. Like, we were responsible because we didn't lock the door. And we didn't park under a spotlight or anything. We parked in the back because it was so crowded and our car was broken into. So, basically, they stole a bunch of my boyfriend's CDs out of his car, but that was really it. They stole my purse, which had my credit card in it, you know, with my money from work, my license in it, my driver's license, my house key to my parents' house, and my car key was all in that bag. So I just cried. Like, I didn't know what to do. I started bawling and panicking, you know. I was like, how could I let this happen? I'm so stupid. And I just started bawling. My boyfriend called the police and filed a report saying our stuff was stolen, and I kept getting messages saying they were spending my money, and they kept spending it, and they kept spending it, whoever took my stuff. And I was like miserable. Like, I'm already kind of a scaredy cat as it is in this world. And so that just made it 10 times worse to think that like there's those kind of people that will just like steal from like, I was 17 or 18. I can't remember. I think I might have been 18. I can't even remember how. I was 17 or 18, and I had a Hello Kitty like key ring that had all my keys on it that they stole. And I was like, you know, if you see like a freaking Hello Kitty key ring, like why would you steal that? Like you obviously know it's a young girl, and that's just so mean. So, you know, I just cried and cried and cried, because here's the scary part of the whole situation. The scary part is they had my driver's license, which means they had my address. They had my house key, which means they had my address, so they could come to my house and unlock my door anytime they wanted to. And for 3, they had my car key, so they knew where my address was, so they could come to my house and steal my car. Which, if you guys don't know, I drive a Mustang, which is a pretty popular, nice car that people like, so it's not like they wouldn't steal it. So I just cried and cried and cried, and we had to drive all the way home, and it felt like the longest drive of my life, because I was bawling, and I called my mom, and I was like, Mom, my whole life is over. It's all over. This is the end, you know? And my boyfriend was like freaking out. He's like, oh my gosh, I let this happen. I didn't lock the door. Like this lady over here is hyperventilating and she's bawling. Maybe I should kick her out on the side of the road. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't say that, but. So we get to my parents' house and I'm still bawling. Like I cried the whole way home. And you know, that's like my hard-earned money. Like I had to work at freaking Grazy Taco Bell as a fast food worker. I spent many late nights working there to earn that cash. Like my hard-earned money somebody took from me, and that is the worst feeling in the entire world, I tell you. So we called my bank card and they told us where the transactions were taken. So the first one was at a gas station, the second ones were at Walmart. Like this person was having the time of their lives. And you know, the police said there's not really anything we can do about it because you left your doors unlocked. Like, you know, we'll have the police report just in case we catch anybody and they happen to be the ones that stole your stuff. They did say that they could go like look on the cameras at Walmart and look on the cameras at the gas station and see if they saw anything. Which I think this is crazy that they use my credit card at places and like it had my name on it and like they just swiped it and went on and like no one knew it was just like stolen money. That just blows my mind to think about. But anyways, so, you know, I was like, oh my gosh, they got our house key and our car key. They're going to come to our house and like kill us and take all of our stuff and we are so dead. And I felt like I put my family's life in jeopardy just because I didn't lock the door, because there are like some people, especially in that town, that would come to your house and like take your stuff and like kill you. That's just how scary that place is. And you know, we did live like 45 minutes away, but still, like they had everything. And I really felt like I put my parents and my brother's life in jeopardy because, you know, what if they did show up and I were sleeping and they stole all my parents' stuff, you know? So luckily I did not have that much money on the card because I have a shopping addiction. I'm just kidding. Luckily I didn't have a whole lot of money. Like it was a lot to me because I was like, you know, it takes a lot of hours at Taco Bell to earn that much money. But luckily it wasn't like hundreds of thousands of dollars or anything because I never got the money back, ever. Never got the money back. After that, I think I've never been the same. It's been 2 years now and I don't think I've ever been the same. Like that night, my mom had to sleep in my bed with me because I was terrified. I felt violated. I felt like I've never felt in my entire life. Like I literally felt like these people ripped my life like apart. And it might not seem like that much to other people, like I said, but to me, it was like the worst day of my life. I was miserable for weeks. I didn't go to work. I didn't go to school. When I finally went to school, I I was just like depressed and down in the dumps, and it just took me months to get happy again and to get back on track with life. And still to this day, I don't think I'm the same. Like I said, I am more terrified of anything in this world than I have ever been. Like, it does not take that much for me to be scared. Like, I'm paranoid. I make sure I lock my doors, obviously, but other than that, like, I'm like always on the lookout for something bad to happen. I'm always alert, and just I've changed since then. And I started having these like night terrors, where like, that's a whole other story, but I started having night terrors. You can look them up if you don't know what they are. And I was never really the same after that. Even my mom to this day says, that really changed you, and you are definitely a different person now because of that situation and how violated you felt after that. So, my parents did like immediately go and change the locks on our house. Completely changed the locks, and we took my car in and got all the locks changed on my car. They reprogrammed the whole thing and got whole new locks for my car, and I had to go get a new license. And the police never catched the ones who did it. They never found my purse or never found anything of mine, I don't think. They've never caught... they might have, and they just didn't know that it was them. Like, they might have caught them, and they might even be in jail, but they just didn't know it was them. Whenever they checked the cameras, they didn't find anything at Walmart. They weren't able to see anything. But at the gas station, they actually saw... It was two men probably... in their 30s, I'd say. Maybe like they said their late 20s to 30s. They said it wasn't enough. They couldn't see their faces. It wasn't really enough to be able to take them into custody, to jail or whatever. I say too much. I'm so sorry. But they said that they were two men around that age. They were both wearing bright white t-shirts, which is kind of strange. Like, why would you steal? They told us what kind of vehicle they were driving, and they said, this is like the whole, like, this makes up the whole story. Like, you're going to be like, what? Like, what is this story? Like, what is life? The police told us that the two men, they got gas at the gas station, like the general store gas station, which is where they spent like the $80 or something. And they were both outside of the car. One was pumping the gas, the other one was just like standing there talking to him. And he said, I don't know how to explain this, but he said they were like dancing, like celebrating and dancing and high-fiving, and you could see them in the cameras like dancing and high-fiving and congratulating each other and being super excited that they got some money and they got away with it. And that completely blows my mind, because they were celebrating. Like, they were at the gas station using my money, filling up their stuff, and celebrating. Like, mind blown. I thought that was completely unreal. Like, people have to be pretty cruel to do something like that, especially, I'm just a young girl. They don't know me, but they like completely ruined me. They changed my life and changed who I am as a person. And they don't realize that such a little thing, well, to some people, little thing as like robbing changed my life and just changed me, and not in a good way. So that's the story of the time. Basically, everything of mine got stolen from me. I have locked my doors every day of my life. Until then, I have always locked the doors on my own car. I've always been responsible in that way. But my boyfriend, on the other hand, I have to remind him, like, lock the door. Like, every time we go somewhere, I'm like, lock the door. And no, we have not went back to that movie theater ever again. I know that really has nothing to do with it, but we've never been back to that movie theater. Like, I've just never wanted to go back there. And it was really a life-changing experience that I hope to never experience ever again. like I said, it's just very cruel and it's sad that people are like that in the world. And the police said they're most likely just going around the parking lot, pulling on door handles of cars, and whatever car opened, they stole from, which happened to be ours. So this is just a reminder to all you teenagers, whatever age you are, lock your doors no matter where you're going, because it can happen to you. And a lot of people think it won't happen to me. It can happen to you, and it will. You know, those robbers don't care who you are or anything about your life or how scared you are of the world or anything. They don't care. That is the story of how I got robbed, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned a lesson from this video, actually, and just remembering that this is a sad, harsh world, and anything is possible. Anything can happen, and I hope it doesn't happen to you, and yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!